kick him out? No, only one is.
See how many? One.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm gonna move the chat
Come on,
overlay,
Dragon.
actually.
You know controller freaks, right?
Controller freaks, is that what you said?
Yeah, they can make your aim better and stuff like that. Like they make your joysticks higher.
Like, controller mods, or like...
Controller freaks. They make your joysticks higher, and it improves your accuracy. I have it, and we're gonna see if it helps. And we're gonna go.
Biohazard container.
I hope
After
it does.
playing on console for so long, I'm starting to get used to, like, these dead, sensitivity controls. And, like, it's... oh my god. After not playing an FPS for a very long while, yeah, it was killing me a little bit.
I played Black Ops 2 yesterday.
Okay, so, on the stream, I have my voice turned up to 10 volume, and the stream turned down to 1. So, basically the game will be, pretty quiet compared to everything else.
I don't want to hear the game, but whatever.
I'll just turn down the actual game volume really quick. To about, like...
Oh.
50.
The recent update, they replaced Nomad's flashbang with Claymore.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
You said they replaced, Nomads? Okay.
That's how my
Yeah,
drum
she used to have a flashbang, now she has a Claymore.
Okay, so, let's go ahead and start talking. So, hello everybody, my name is MyDragon400. This is going to be a podcast for Christmas, as a Christmas video. And I'd like to say, thank you, Nate and Hutto, for being here.
I appreciate it.
As originally I was going to schedule this for Saturday, but turns out this is going to be recorded on Christmas Eve and uploaded as soon as 11 o'clock hits my time. So it's going to be a little bit late for some people, a bit early for others.
Wait.
Stand back.
Oh.
Up to Vera.
Yep, Kev.
Got her.
Nice. I thought you got down, Nate.
Clear the room. Protect the bio
No.
container.
There, get down.
Stairs.
Get down, Kev.
Got him.
Perfect. Flawless.
Too late, bitch. Too late. Okay. So I'd like to thank you guys for showing up. This isn't something that we really planned.
Nope.
However, originally we were going to have John here, and I wanted to make this about an hour long. I mean, we weren't going to make this like a really special thing.
We don't
Be
have
just
that
about
time.
as long as I would record anything else.
We don't have that time.
You don't? Why?
Well, I probably do, but
Okay. Well, I'm not really going to focus on the game. I'm going to focus more on talking. So pretty much all I'm really going to say is, I want to thank you, any of you that are actually watching this, for just tuning in or being here for this. I'm going to get like really sappy for the next couple minutes anyways. So it's been a pretty good year, I would think.
We need to protect the biohazard container.
For those of us that have lost anybody, you know, that can make it to this Christmas, probable moment of silence, except for the game, because I can't account for the other people.
Yeah.
Alright, good moment of silence. If only my entire life could be like that. Anyways. Alright, now we're back into the regular mood of things. So, I think I'd like to open up the podcast with how we all met. Because I think that would work, right? Okay, so does anybody actually remember? I remember how I met Nate.
Located the biohazard container.
I remember somehow meeting Nate. and then Nate showed me you, and then yeah.
Was that how we met? I thought we had met on like
Yeah.
Rainbow at some point, and I was being a salty
We
bastard.
met on Rainbow. Because
Yeah, Nate, is that what happened? You introduced me to Hado?
Don't remember actually.
I think that's what
Okay.
happened. That's
Yeah, I
my
wouldn't be
guess.
surprised if that's what happened. But anyways, I remember how I met Nate, as well as a bunch of the other guys. TNT Mythical, who has not been in a video. Fucking Maverick, I almost got him. So anyways, TNT Mythical, who is one of the quite a few people who really aren't members of the MDYT. Or that's what I like to call this group that we kind of have going. Really anybody who's in the videos. He's not really a member. I hung out with him a long time ago, but just kind of stopped hanging out with him over time. But like, Hado has never been in one of my videos. Like, he's been in recording
okay.
sessions and stuff like that, but you haven't been in my videos on the new channel. That's why. So stuff like that. Like, I did have a video like worked out to where like, yeah, you were in it, but the editing software fucked up and like crashed and it didn't save. I didn't save at all, so I ended up like losing all that progress on it. So I just said, fuck it, I'm not gonna do that video, because I had done a lot of good edits on that video.
Last operator standing.
But alright, one of the other things is John really couldn't make it. He's probably asleep.
Yeah.
How I met Nate though. So basically, I had just gotten an Xbox One, and I had figured out that my dad had Rainbow Six Siege, and I was super excited to play it. It was all over the news. It was all over gaming news. It was really up there as like a popular game, and I was like, this could be good. This would be like a fun game to play.
One op 4 remaining.
And at the time, you know, I was like, you know, I really want to get into streaming. I look up to all these people who do it. Do what?
This guy's lagging in the game.
Yeah.
There's no way he's playing
Okay.
himself.
But, yeah, at the time I was just like, yeah, you know, I want to stream, I want to do this, I want to do this. That Christmas, I had asked for an Xbox, with Fallout 4 in it, because, you know, me and all my friends during middle school, we were like, oh yeah, Fallout 4 is going to be so good, it's going to be so good. As we all know, Fallout 4 was kind of mediocre, in all honesty, but it did have a lot of good points to it.
Yeah.
But back to the story. So I had gotten my Xbox that Christmas with Fallout 4 in tow, and I found out that, you know, my dad also had an Xbox One, and he also had Rainbow Six Siege, and I still use his copy of the game to this day. And so I started playing Rainbow Six, and one of like the first couple games on, I was like, I don't have any friends on Xbox One, and I was starting over with a new account, and I didn't have any friends for Xbox 360, because all of them I didn't care about anymore, because I didn't actually know them all that well, or some of them were like, you know, ex-girlfriend's relative or something like that. But that was kind of besides the point. So I just didn't have any friends. Then I got into a game where all these people started inviting me to a party. There was DK Drift King, Mr. Nate Dogg, Lucas Blood, and TNT Mythical. I don't remember if I said his name already, but that's how I met all of you. As we got in, it was a bunch of squeakers and Nate. So Nate didn't sound as old as he does now. And it wasn't the DK Drift King that we all know. It was his brother. And at first, and I will be honest about this, John's not here anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter. I liked his brother more than I liked him at first. Because I was like, dude, why is he constantly getting on? Why is he constantly getting on? I didn't know that it was actually John's account, or DK's account. So I was like, oh, okay. And then over time, I kind of found his brother to be just more and more of an asshole and annoying. Like, I still respect the guy, I do. Like, no hate on him or anything. I still respect him. But okay, I guess we're just gonna waste that.
Me and Tyler are downstairs.
Yeah, I'm with Dr.
Nate?
EB1.
On this door, there's
Hello.
a cross on Dragon. This door, is that my drone's at? Drone? There's a cross trap right there.
Like right on it?
So, yeah.
Ow, fucking dick. Yee. So anyways, that's how I met you guys, and like one of the first things that they had said was, "Do you have a mic?" And as we should all know, those of us who are console gamers, the Xbox One originally came with a mic, really shitty mic, but it was one, right? So, you know, it worked. And so, you know, I chirped up on the mic, and I was like, "Hi, what's up?" Yeah. I was new to the game. I did not know whatever the fuck I was doing. But you guys were nice enough to kind of lend me a helping hand and say, "Hey, yeah, this you do this."
Alright, destroy it.
And
There's a piece
No,
of-
I
you know,
need to
you guys
go
were
in.
really nice.
No.
I'm like telling the entire story. Fucking move, you prick.
Alright, you can destroy it.
But yeah. So you know, you guys were really nice to me, and I was like, "Hey, you guys want to be friends?" Blah blah blah. Nate was like, "Yeah." Everybody was like, "Yeah, sure." And then over time, you know, everybody just stopped talking to each other for a bit, except for me, Nate, and occasionally Lucas will, you know, come on over whenever John's online and so on. So that's kind of how we had all met, and then later on, Hado, you said that Nate had introduced you to me. So, we had met. At first, I was just kind of like, eh. Yeah, it was a bit of like an off and on thing. But I mean, we're all still here, so that's pretty good. Fuck no, Alpha Pack. But yeah, it's been nice to really like hang out with you guys for
Yeah.
this long while.
You've been a cool friend, Dragon.
There have been a lot of good times.
Yeah. we have.
So, does anybody have like any funny stories that you know you want to tell? I'll take that as a no. Okay, I believe I've told you guys this one, but I do have one. Oh shit, they're connecting. Oh no, I'm connecting.
Oh, that one?
Okay, there we go. Are we done? Are we done connecting?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so do you guys have any funny stories that you want to tell?
I have a
Not really
lucky
fun.
one.
What's the lucky story?
Oh shit,
Tell us.
Favela! I haven't played on here.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I was going to Burger King, and whenever my mom asked for a Coke, they gave us a Coke Icy. But then she was about to throw it away, and then my mom said, "Don't waste it. We'll have it." And then we basically got a free icy,
Sweet.
and we got the normal Coke to drink.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember this time at McDonald's, my grandmother was visiting.
Oh God.
She took us to McDonald's, and they gave us an extra cup. And
Oh well.
as like an IRL, like as a real life person, I'm like really, I try to be nice to everybody. Like I don't like to be a jerk. Unless like I'm really chill with you. Like, you know, I'll be a dick sometimes and like I'll joke with you and so on. But other than that, like I don't like to be a jerk to anybody. Unless I really hate the person, and I'll just constantly be an asshole. But I mean, it's true, it happens. But anyways, the lady gave us an extra cup, and I was like, well, we got an extra cup. I mean, I should be allowed to use it. But at the same time, that like innocence in me was like, no, just give it back to her. Just give it back to her. And I was like, what would my parents say? And all I could think of like an image of my mom and dad looking at me and saying, use the damn cup. So I ended up filling it with Coke, took a sip, and it felt immediately bad. Like I just felt awful about it. So I went up to my grandmother's, I was like, we got an extra cup and now I feel bad. And she was like, well, you could always hand it back, but I already filled it with soda. She was like, Okay, just keep it.
And you
And
keep
so,
it?
yep, I kept the soda, and then threw it away immediately. I did not drink it because for some reason the concept of a refrigerator did not remain apparent in my head.
Are you done?
So there was that, and I have another story, one from actually going to school this year. The story of Marshmallow Christ.
Oh God.
This one, I think I've told you guys this one.
You told
No,
us
I can just tell by the. Wait, I think he did. He didn't tell us the title.
No, I've definitely told you the title and what it was. But okay, so I'll go ahead and explain this one as well. So in a chemistry class this year, I skipped chemistry last year as a sophomore and took physics instead. But what had happened was we were tasked with a group project in class, and it was to make a tower out of spaghetti and string and all that, and have a jumbo marshmallow stuck to the top. And it had to be a freestander.
Will be detected by hostiles.
So it had to be freestanding, and it had to hold the jump. We could do anything we wanted as long as we used the supplies that we were given, and that and only that. We could not use our hands to make it stand up. You know, there were a couple of other rules, but those aren't really important. Now, our teacher had to change the rules on the project because of what this group did. Now, my group, just a little bit of context. My group, we had sat there confused because we took a personality test, and it was like, you get this color, and it describes who you might be. It's not going to be accurate. You don't have to believe it. And I was like, fuck, these are pretty accurate. And it was happening like all these first couple weeks of school. So what had happened was, I was like, you know what we should do? We should go for a TP design, or the Native American use of tents, basically. And they would, you know, take the animal hides and take them over the tent and so on. So I said we should do that, but with spaghetti sticks as where like the outline of the TP, and just stick them through the marshmallow so it'll stand up because the marshmallow is being stabbed through. She didn't say we couldn't stab through the marshmallow. In fact, if anything, we probably had to. So we built that, right? It took us a little while. We got some tape as well. We got some string. We got some scissors. And I was like, yeah, this looks good. And I turn around. I hear people laughing hysterically. I turn around to see one of my classmates stepping down from a desk, and a marshmallow tied up to where it like bulges out with string to the roof of the classroom.
Biohazard container location.
The goal was to make basically the tallest marshmallow tower, and these guys decided to take all their string, tie up the marshmallow, and tie it to the roof.
Well done.
Now,
Container location.
this is why I found it funny. Because I went from, yeah, you know what, we took this seriously, we did a good job, to, what the fuck are these guys doing, crucifying a goddamn marshmallow? And everybody had said that, and I said, oh my god, it's Marshmallow Christ, he's been crucified. The second coming is upon us. People started laughing even harder. And now, since the beginning of the year, it has been a meme in our chemistry class of Marshmallow Christ.
Container and secure it.
So yeah, praise
You
be.
didn't tell me
But
that.
still, I feel like I've told you guys this one before. Like, as soon as it happened, I came home that school day and I was like, guys, you won't believe what I've just found. It's the Loot Lake Challenge. Everybody makes fun of Valley, so it's fine.
It is. It really is funny.
The little story I
I just thought that was hilarious, to be honest. There's a lot of funny things that... Oh, on the right? Ow.
I found one.
Hi.
Okay,
Get back.
Oh! Injured! My kill.
Hey, he's running out.
Oh, Kobe. Help me. Anyone? What
Friendly
the?
operator remaining.
Drone hole. Knife him.
All friendly
Fuck off! I meleeed him.
That's definitely
No.
Wait, no, he didn't. He didn't. Miss. No, he didn't. He didn't kill me.
He didn't.
Yeah, okay, so one kill, he had a kill in the beginning. Anyways,
Yeah, he was 1 kill off.
Or,
But yeah.
tell a story. Well, I'll let you finish.
I have a few more funny stories, I think. I'm gonna have to remember them. I'll probably insert the clip of me Kool-Aid Manning on somebody. I think Hado was there for that. Yeah, when I Kool-Aid Manned on somebody, I played Sledge for like the first time in a long ass time. And I just dropped down through a hatch. Yeah, and I turned right. And instead of walking through the door, I was like, you know what? For some reason, I just want to go through this wall. So
You're.
she turns around so late after I blast her twice in the face with a shotgun, putting her down. And I was like, holy shit, I actually Kool-Aid Manned. And I'll tell another one, but go ahead, Nate. What were you saying?
Well, I remember it was my birthday and I was getting like the original Xbox One for my birthday. As I come home, no, I was trying to open my door and I realized that the Xbox was behind the door.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like a little thing.
so what
my
happened? Did
parents
you break the Xbox, or?
No, of course not. No, because I didn't really open the door hardly, or just
5 seconds and
I just
count.
kind of like opened the door and I noticed something was blocking it.
Op 4
It was
drone
actually just in the Xbox was in.
Shit. Yep, I'm lagging, guys.
What?
There we go.
Why'd you kill him?
Because he was AFK.
Mavericks. They have Maverick.
Okay.
I remember, my first friend I had on the Xbox was time when I was playing the original Titanfall.
controlled area. Leave now.
He actually told me how to like add friends on the Xbox.
Who did?
Yeah. I don't remember his like gamer tag, but I remember his other friend had the word lemon in his gamer tag.
Oh, was it Vibes Lemming?
Protect the
What?
biohazard container.
Was it Vibes Lemming?
All friendlies were eliminated.
Vibes Lemon, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But okay, I've got a good one. I think you guys might remember this. It really depends on if you guys had the game at the time, but it was on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What had happened was John decided to drive. And you know, it's always a funny story when John decides to drive. So what had happened was we were driving through a field and we were all
I
new to the
remember.
game. Now when you're new to the game, you always have that paranoia
You
of the
do
red
stupid
zone,
stuff.
right?
Oh.
You know that paranoia of the red
Oh,
zone, oh,
God.
I'm gonna get
I
hit by
know
the
it.
explosion. When in reality, the actual hitbox of the explosion is like 2 feet. It's really hard to get hit, but it does happen. Well, for new people, that's like incredibly often. Oh my god, everybody dies to the red zone. We should find a building, don't be outside, you know, that type of thing. Well, John was a bit more of a veteran player. And he was like, no, guys, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, it'll be fine.
Oh, yo. I was
Yeah, you know
in
this one, right?
I was in this. I was in this.
Yeah, you were in this. I feel like you guys were in this one. So what had happened was, he's like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So we decided to trust him. Now, by now, we've known John's not a very good driver. He's gotten
Bad
better over time
trustworthy?
compared to now, but he definitely wasn't always a good driver. So What had happened was, I was like, I swear to God, if we die while you're driving, John. And he was like, guys, it'll be fine. We won't get hit by a single He's like, guys, it'll be fine. We're not gonna get hit. As he says the T in hit, one of the bombs from the artillery
Yeah.
hits the hood of the car that we're driving in.
And then we.
And I was like, oh, really, John? Fancy that. And he was like, no, we ran into a wall. I'm sitting here, like, in the middle of a grain field. I was like, in the middle of a grain field, are you fucking joking me? So, that ended up happening, and, oh god, what was the other one? Oh, what about the one when I was trying to die? And I ended up killing an entire team instead. Please don't shoot me in the back. I got him to kill himself.
I knew it. I knew this.
Oh, got him.
Nice. So basically what had happened was, it was a late night. I think Nate was there. I don't know if Hudo was there. I know that Airplane was there. And I know that John was there because he still tells the story. And I think Lucas was there too. But what had happened was, it was getting pretty late into the night. And I was like, look, guys, I'm going to get off. I need to get up early tomorrow so I can play a little bit more with you guys. So, so everybody was like, okay, just give us your stuff. So all I had was the P1911. All I took was a P1911, a grenade, a pan, and a little bit of ammo, as well as some attachments on it, on my P19. So I said, alright boys, take my armor, take my bag, take everything. I'm just going to take my pan, a grenade, and a pistol and go. And they're like, alright. So they get into a car and start driving off. Well, another one of our teammates is also in a different car driving towards us out of the blue. Or like out of the blue zone. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, yeah, that'll be fine. But I'm running around, I'm like, I'm gonna find some people who are gonna be running from the blue zone to kill. And I'm gonna kamikaze on them. And the guys are like, oh, this is gonna be funny, So I see a car down the road. So I pull out my P19 and I start shooting towards the driver. I miss my shots. I do. I missed my shots and I admit to that. However, they turn the handbrake on and crash into a nearby building. Not enough to damage them, but they straight up crashed into the building and there was a fence outside it. So I take cover behind the fence. The car is to the right, straight up. Hood is inside of the building at this point. And they both got out and went onto the other side of the car. So I pull out a grenade, cook it for a second as I move to the left to toss it at them. I get shot at and they line up my entire torso with bullets, but don't kill me. So, by reflex, I release the button to hold the nade down, so I end up throwing it by accident. Turns out, the grenade, I toss the grenade. I move to the left after being shot, I take cover behind a wall, and I start laying down the fire on them. I pull out my P19, get a few shots off, and down one of them. And then an explosion rings out, the car explodes, killing them both. Turns out the grenade I had released bounced off of the wall next to the car and rolled under. And so I was so mad at that point. I was super mad because I was like, dude, I'm so bad at this game, I can't even die when I want to. And so I was super pissed. I didn't really look at it as, yeah, I just got 2 kills by accident. Fuck. I didn't really see it as, yeah, I got 2 kills by accident, or, yeah, I just pretty much yeeted on these 2 people. I think DK was, like, freaking out about it. He was like, wait, what the fuck?
Doc, what are you doing?
And then, I think, like, a couple months ago, I was on a duo game with, some random guy. I was in a party with him. And I was like, look, man, I gotta go eat dinner. And he was like, shit, okay, just drop your stuff for me. And then we started taking fire from a house up ahead. And I was like, you know what? Before I go, I'm gonna go do us both a solid. So I drop everything take a frag grenade and only a frag grenade. And I run into the house. I pull the pin on the nade and I start cooking it. And I started screaming, Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! And all of a sudden, they shoot me dead. And both of them come into loot and both get blown up. My teammate is celebrating. He's like, dude, you actually got them both. And I was like, shit, you're serious? And I see my teammate running in and taking all my shit. And all of the enemy's shit. And I was like, yes, I got them both. I was super happy about that. Okay, you guys got any other funny stories then?
Not really.
Yeah. I had a bunch of funny stories. Oh yeah, so I started editing the 2018 video, which is gonna be a thing. And it was yeah.
Fine.
So I started editing it. What I would do is I would sit in my room, fucking late at night, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do the entire year of 2018 because like I have like 10 1-hour videos, and that's gonna take too much time.
Hey, Dragon. I have to like go eat for a second. You can continue your story.
Okay. So.
Wait, no, my Dragon, don't start it. Let me buy some R6 credits real quick.
So what had happened? Oh fuck! What was I saying? Something. Oh right, the 2018 video. So I was like, that's too fucking long. So I was like, all right, I'll start after the Metal Gear Survive videos because I stopped making them. I'm not gonna continue making them. So I started off of that. That was around about the time that I went on hiatus to do jack shit because kind of school was taking over for that, and I just didn't have as much time. So I went for that, and I would take my phone and I would watch YouTube on my TV, and I would just open up like Notepad on my phone and just start writing down times. It was just like one of those things that I would do just so like, yeah, it'll be way easier to edit now. I won't have to like scrub through it. Well, for some of the videos, the audio is off. I learned that the hard way. So, I ended up, yeah. I ended up having to scrub through like one video and just said, fuck it, I'm not going to include everything that was funny in it and just get rid of it. So I just took like the funniest part, which was at the end, and just, that was that for that video because I was so done with it. After like correcting all the audio so much, it was really annoying. It was incredibly annoying. So I just sat there like, okay, well, I guess this is gonna fucking suck.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah, what? Wait, with what?
Okay, I have a story.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so it actually happened literally yesterday.
Ooh.
So for some reason, my cousin's 16 and he doesn't have money. Yeah,
I'm 16 and I don't have money. I don't even have a job. Because nobody would fucking take me because I don't have any work experience.
$5.
I have 4. Hardly that.
I have 100.
You know what? At least you're good with your savings. Okay.
I want to go eat Chick-fil-A because me and my mom don't really want to make stuff. And she's like, do you have, it's like, I don't really have the money. We can't go. I'm like, what if I paid? And she's like, okay. And then so me, my cousin, and his sister went. I paid for all their meals. It was like $35.
Oof.
And then, yeah. And I was like, why do I feel like I'm the grown-up person? Because I actually have money to pay for food.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend comes over, and we got a free 12-piece nugget.
Ooh.
And then my friend comes over, and then we were talking about that, and then my mom said, and I was like, it saved me like $10. She was like, saved you? Did you buy it? And I'm like, yeah. I bought like
Oh my-
everyone's. I bought my cousin's, his sister, mine's, and my mom's.
Nice. And actually, yeah, you've got a point too, because you said, "What if I pay for it?" So she should know that you paid for it.
And then she came, like, we came back with a bag of food, and she was like, "Did you get everyone's?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And did you pay for everyone's? Yeah. But she gave me a 10 to pay for, like, her meal.
So you only
So it
spent like
kinda made
right
up for her
about
meal.
$20.
$30. No, 30.
Oh, okay. That's actually
still a lot.
that's actually kind of funny. So okay, let's see what happened during this school year. That's funny. Oh yeah, ROTC.
What the heck?
Salty.
What the heck?
So ROTC is or the JROTC, because ROTC is in college. JROTC is the Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. Now, in ROTC, this is where you can get some of the funniest stories you could possibly
Go ahead and
imagine.
start one.
Do what?
Go ahead and start one. My mom hasn't answered me. I'm asking if I can pay because she doesn't. Because I don't want her being like, "Hey, why'd you spend $10 on my card?"
But yeah, so I ended up I took ROTC because I was like, yeah, you know, it'll be good for college and it'll be good for work, to show that I have discipline.
What the heck
Yeah.
are we in?
Terror hunt.
Why?
Just because. Chill.
Are we unrealistic?
No. Why
What
would
are
you
we
want
in,
realistic
hard?
mode? Yeah, I think we're on hard.
Good.
But anyways, so what had happened was I decided to take ROTC. You know, it looked good for the job. It looked good on a job application and college applications because it would show I have discipline, so why not? This is where I met some of the friends that I won't forget and that I do still hang out with online. I met with people that I know now by only last name, just because that's what you have to call each other in ROTC.
Located and defused.
So this is how I met Richardson, right? Richardson was like my best buddy in that class. What?
Where are you?
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Isn't Richardson airplane?
No, Richardson is not airplane. Richardson was flying Cobra.
Bomber.
Yeah, right.
Oh! 10 health. Love it.
Bomber, love it. Got him with a pistol. Ah, you prick. People below. Thank you.
No problem. Oh, I was right next to you. That scared the f out of me.
Okay. So what had happened was I ran into Richardson, right about this time. Oh, what happened?
C4. C4.
Oh,
At least I opened that for you. You're dead. You're at 1 health. To your left, to your
remember
left.
I can get downed. Remember I can be downed
I told
immediately,
you.
guys.
Okay, leave
wait,
the
what?
match. I can.
Huh?
Leave the match. I can. I can. Buy it.
Okay.
I have a 50, a 20, and a few ones.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue my
Oh.
story, right?
So, wait, did you buy your mom or dad anything for for Christmas?
Christmas. I don't have anything that I can buy them. I can't do anything. Like I could try to make them stuff, like if I was a little kid, but that's yeah.
For my mom, we got something for my dad already. Me and my cousin yesterday, before we went, we said that we were going to go get ices, but we weren't because we didn't want her to know that I was going to get her something. And I went and got her 2 scented candles. And they're in my drawer right now. Oh, okay. Nope, I don't want that card. Okay. And she somehow doesn't know. And we bought the the Santa candle with $10, and we had like $3 left over. So, knowing me, I was like, hey, you want to go get ices? And we thought, yeah, because we don't want to make it seem like we just lied to her, and so she didn't seem suspicious. So we came back with ices, and she said, what took you guys so long? And then we said we had to go to multiple icy stores because
They ran out.
because some of the machines weren't working. So like, oh, okay. And now the scented candles are in my drawer, which he never checks. And they're just sitting in there until tomorrow.
That's pretty good. That's a good thing to get her. I mean, especially if she gets like stressed out all the time. That's a good thing to get.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like sometimes scented candles help people. Other times they're really like irritating.
We got like good smelling ones.
Like fresh linen or like lilac or something like that.
Let me go look.
Yeah, because like lavender or apple cinnamon stuff like that is so good. Honestly.
Okay, so we got warm apple pie, island party.
Oh my god, dude, warm apple pie. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's a good gift. That is a good gift. That is phenomenal, dude. Nice.
Yeah, because I never normally get her something, and I thought
Your mom doesn't watch my videos, right? So we're good.
No.
She doesn't even know who I am anyways. Yeah.
She thinks
I was
that you're
like,
a friend from
yeah, we should
school.
fly.
Because that's what
Yeah.
I told her. You're a friend from school. And if she ever gets on the mic, just go with that.
That's fair.
Start us off.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Hold on, I'm just trying to put some charms on Kaid's weapons. I just bought him. Voice crack.
Literally, I just bought Nomad.
Nice. Time to steal that from Nate, I guess.
Oh yeah, Nate likes Nomad. Quickly, I want to try her.
Quickly.
Quickly. Go, go, go.
Alright,
No.
I'll start her.
I want to try it. Her
Okay,
ability
so
seems good.
basically, right, ROTC. So back in the ROTC, what had happened was, nowadays,
Nick's back. Nick's back. Don't tell my bot. Nomad, don't tell him.
So nowadays, what happens is, I took Army ROTC, right? It's pretty fun.
Go into the
Holy
army?
fuck, the suppressor is massive. No, basically there's different versions of JROTC, or Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps. It's considered a high school class. So one of the things is there's different branches of it depending on where you are. So I took Army ROTC, and basically they teach you about military rank structure, you know, how certain things go about others, how you should do this, how you should do that, how to wear the uniform, because they would give us uniforms to wear and we had to turn them in if we left the school, or, you know, so on. So what had happened was, is the AUG 3 his shotgun? Wait.
Yeah,
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
it is. Wait, no, not the thing that you're using. The other
Oh,
thing.
well then he doesn't have a shotgun.
It does. The other one is a shotgun.
The M16?
The gun that you're using is not his shotgun.
Okay. Well,
The other one is.
welcome back, Nate.
Hey.
Well, in
Back to
ROTC. Yeah. Well, in ROTC, one of the things that happens is, promotions, right? Basically, you follow military rank structure. they task certain people with more than just the regular students, and they'll be considered leadership positions. They'll get extra credit, stuff like that. Well, oh my god, my voice hurts right now. Well, one of the things that happened was we had our first sergeant, which is pretty high up in the platoon command. We had our first sergeant, Davis, who graduated pretty, I think recently, if I'm honest. She graduated my freshman year. Yeah, she graduated my freshman year. She was a senior. So, what had happened was, we have PT every Friday, right? Which is physical training, and we just kind of get ready. Ow, you prick.
I destroyed 3 drones. Nice. Nick, join. You can join.
Op 4 hasn't found the biohazard container. They will attempt.
I don't think you can join people's games.
Nope.
No.
We're in casual.
Yeah, it's casual. Oh my god, the fire rate on the 44 is massively OP.
Fast. I'm fast.
Oh, dude, who said? Oh, dude. Okay. Anyways, the fucking what was it? So basically, we had PT, right? And we would do different tasks during PT. Well, I was tasked to carry a partner.
3 of them on me. One's down. Where I was. Go. One dragon right there. To your right.
Down or up?
Down. Right there. How are you alive?
I don't know. I walked in
Oh,
front of
you
them
were
both.
final.
I was blind. I was blinded. Wait, they were both just standing there. There was 3 of them in there after I killed the first guy. Yeah.
4.
Okay. So what had happened was one of the I was tasked to carry somebody, right? And I'm weak. I'm very weak. I could like lift 10-pound weights and say they're kind of heavy because I'm weak. Yeah, 10 pounds doesn't sound like much, but when you have to stretch out your arms straight forwards like a zombie from Minecraft and carry it like on your wrist, yeah, that shit hurts now, doesn't it? So what had happened was I had to carry somebody on my back. Lo and behold, I'm charged with carrying Davis, who is my first sergeant, who is also female. So logically, if I carry anything remotely considered medium weight, I'm gonna say it's heavy. Girls do not like it if you call them heavy. Do you see where this is going? So
Yes.
I was charged with carrying her, and I said, "Holy fuck!" She was like, "Shut up!" And I was like, "Jesus Christ, you're heavy." She was like, "Thanks, Leo." And I was like, "Fuck you." And that was that,
Davis?
right?
That was her
She was
name?
heavy. She was kind of heavy. She wasn't like chubby or anything. She was physically fit, but like she felt heavy for me to carry. So
No, you should have just said you're heavy to me because I'm not that
no, it
strong.
wouldn't have mattered. It would not have mattered. No matter what, I would still be saying she's heavy, and that's not an okay thing to say to somebody. So Davis, if you ever decide to watch these fucking videos, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, and the best part is the student leadership in like ROTC are fucking chill as hell. They are the most fun people to hang out with. Because you know that the student leadership are tired of like the actual staff, like the instructors for ROTC. You know they are tired of their shit. Like they don't want to give you the orders. They want to be like best buds most of the time. Some people are just like, yeah, I take this super seriously. Blah blah blah.
Second floor.
And I can't listen to those people. I can't. So what ended up happening was they would joke about a lot of these things. And one of them was the colors of the flag, of the United States flag. Now if you're heavily patriotic,
Location of biohazard.
I don't recommend you listen to this next
That's
part. If
understandable.
you accept like a bit of humor, go ahead. I'm just don't come at me if you don't like what you hear. But basically what had happened was it was like red was for valor, blue was for something. I don't remember. I didn't study my knowledge. But what one thing I do remember was the white. They said purity and innocence. Now, the joke was that it meant virginity. And I was like, wait, so isn't that like, and Davis cuts in and she was like, yep, it's virginity. Just go with it. Unleashed every round, holy shit. But she was like, yeah, it's just virginity, pretty much.
Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Securing the container. Resume
Fuck.
securing the container once the threat is neutralized.
I mean,
But yeah, the joke was like, it's just virginity. And then she immediately turned right around as she was about to walk away and said, don't tell them I said that. Please don't. And please don't say that when they ask you. And I was like, okay. And
Let me
this is
guess,
where
you said
Richardson
it.
comes into play. Now, Richardson was like a private first class, right? That's like the second rank. The second to lowest rank. The
Back
first
up.
one being private, which is the lowest of the low. That said, they should still deserve respect because they get all the fucking grunt work as well. So one of the things that happened was I got promoted to a private first class with Richardson, who was like a year 2 or 3 student. So, how did you invite? Holy shit.
I left.
Oh, you left. Okay. But basically, he was like a year 2 or 3 student. Now, his best buddy in the class, besides me, I was a decent friend to him, was Danny. Now, I don't know Danny's last name because I didn't talk to him often. I hung out with him more online than I did in real life. But one of the things that I know for sure happened was they were admiring how Davis looked physically. Let's just say they were looking at her assets. So, you know, this is what happens with guys. Guys are going to talk about this. This was casual guy talk. They're like,
Yeah.
yo, did you see Davis in the uniform? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Because I had just joined their party. This was like earlier in the year that they were talking about this. And I was like, what the hell? What are you guys talking about? And they're like, you didn't know, Leo? You carried her. You would know. And I was like, no, I was more focused on trying to lift her heavy ass instead of, like, moving along. Like, instead of, like, admiring what she looked like, I was more focused on, yeah, you know, doing something. So, they were like, no, she was thick. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? This is weird. And now, this year, I'm in a different school than where I was when I took Army ROTC. I'm taking Navy ROTC.
Oh God.
Now, I know the different branches do not like each other. They'll all joke with each other or talk shit about each other. I do not give 2 fucks about it. I will talk shit about Navy even though I'm taking Navy. Because my parents are Army veterans. So I will talk shit. So, you know, of course, I'm going to start talking shit. I get into the class. Turns out, since I took 1 year of ROTC experience, 1 full year, I am above everybody else except for the one guy who has been there for all 4 of his years. So, I'm selected as a class assistant. And I'm sitting there like, you guys fucked up to make me have this.
Be advised, a bomb location has been
Because I was not going to tolerate
How?
it. Because I do not tolerate ROTC like that. Like, yeah, it's second tier fun. That's what ROTC is. Right? Like, it's fun at first.
down to 10
Or, like,
seconds.
it's fun to look back on, but it's sure as fuck not fun to be in.
5 seconds left.
So, yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
Hey, Dragon, if I can
So-
talk,
Uh-huh.
Gabe used to have 3 of his electric claw.
Yeah, he used to have 3.
Also, like, when you try to, it's low slow when you aim down sight with his SMG.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that, yeah.
So
Oh, they
I
have a
would use
glass
the-
outside the window.
Alright, be careful.
Op
Yeet.
4 has located a bomb.
Come on, Dragon, do you see
Don't
where I
peek
am?
it. Don't peek it.
Do you see where I am?
You dick. No. Help.
Hang on.
Help me. I figured Jaeger would get like immediately headshot.
Elephant.
I got 3 of them
B.
on me.
Alright, I'm watching the hall. Hutto, if you come down this way, you better book it because Glaz is watching. Nice, dude. But
Make sure at
in
least
ROTC,
barricade them.
in ROTC, one of the things that happened was
Yeah, what happened?
one of the things that happened was I've become less and less subordinate towards ROTC over time. Now, assigning a leadership position definitely made it worse. One of the things is I can't tolerate. Oh wait, I just got a message.
Quick little 4-piece.
Sure, I guess.
Quick little 4-piece. Quick
So,
little 4-piece.
one of the things that I got was I got a I won't tolerate when people fuck around with me. And like there are certain consequences for me if they fuck around. So, I'm tasked with forming up the platoon, and lo and behold, commander's like, "Oh hey, form them up by this time, or you're gonna be doing push-ups." And he starts counting down, and that shocked me for a minute because I was like, "Oh shit, he's counting down." So as I was about to turn and go back, he skips numbers and says push-ups. And so I looked directly at him and said, "No," and turned right back to the platoon and started getting them formed up. And commander's pissed now, right? I didn't give a shit. I was his only student in that class because they divide the ROTC class into two. All the first year cadets, or like the new people, will go to gunning. This is for Navy, and all of the second years and above will go to commander. Oh, my throat is sore. So one of the things that happened was at that time I was becoming incredibly insubordinate, and so I said no directly to his face, turned right back, and started barking the orders. Halfway through, he finally shouts and he's like, "Leo,
5 seconds to
push up position now." And I looked at him like, "Fine." And I even told him, "Fine, I will."
proceed to bomb.
And so I got down on the ground, and they're like, "Why are we doing push-ups? Why are we doing push-ups?" And I was like, because Commander decided to skip numbers. And Commander turns the corner, and he's like, "Yeah, I can't count." And I looked at him directly, and I said, "So how did you get into the Navy?" I know, and he looked directly at me. The entire class started going, "Ooh." And I looked at him, and he was like, "You're doing double push-ups for that." And I was like, "Okay, I don't give a shit. We can keep going as much as you want." And he finally gave up, and he was like, "All right, everybody get up," because we didn't do any push-ups. He relented on it. I don't know if he was trying to control himself or what, but I don't physically care,
What the?
nor should I.
Where are y'all?
I was
Why are
dead.
y'all
The
upstairs?
diffuser has been secured.
My dragon.
I was trying to like get down to the hatch, but visual killed me.
What are these guys doing at the top?
I'm like, but yeah.
Lord.
So what had happened was, I became insubordinate. What had happened? Oh shit, I'm lagging like a motherfucker. Oh, I can't move. Oh, I got removed. Wow. Okay. So I don't know if they can hear me or not, but yeah. Up. Looks like I loaded in. Okay. So what had happened was I'm gonna wrap the story up and then we'll stop. But what had happened was fucking story. He had relented and just have us all stand up, and that was that. I have a few more stories and stuff like that. Maybe I'll make another video on them if people actually like this video. But that's that. And the others are like, nope, I'm lagging, so I'm gonna leave. But pretty much, all I have to say is I want to thank you guys for watching. Most importantly, they're not gonna hear this. I want to thank. Am I gonna load in? Am I gonna load in? I want to thank Nate and Hutto for showing up. I don't know if you guys can even hear me. I should probably check that. But yeah. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank Nate and Hutto for showing up. Really, it has been fun. I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you. And I think that'll be that. Merry Christmas. Once again, another moment of silence for anybody who's lost anybody important to them. Which I'll go ahead and begin now. And that'll be that. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.